What's up, guys? This is Helium-17. Today is May 14th, and we're back with some more Majora's Mask. This is part 17. So, yeah, I don't know. What are we up to today? Well, looks like we got some footage to watch. You know, when you're going through the archives, maybe the archives of your former life or something. Come across some footage. You just gotta sit down with it. But anyway, since we're all done with Woodfall Temple, first temple of the game, thought we would sit down and explore ourselves some Clocktown. So, this is a very familiar song. Why could a man join? That's because man is an animal too, my boy. They were all great, but there was one thing I didn't like about it. Why was the dog the leader? Was it because something was wrong with me, sir? Oh, that dog was an amazing leader. He always had a stellar troop, no matter what. Okay. The dog's mask. I stole it. I wanted it because it was the leader's mask. But I no longer need it. I give it to my desk. My guest. So, this is the Bremen mask. And there's some story about, Bremen animals, something or other. So, yeah, his name is Guru. It's an interesting story there. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had a little trouble getting my microphone to work. That was kind of weird. Let me turn it down a little bit. So yeah, I like that. They have these little characters sprinkled throughout town, and they get added to your notebook because you're able to help them. I don't know if there are any characters like from outside of Clocktown that get added to your notebook. I know you can do side quests, and there's a ton of side quests, and there's a ton of side quests in this game, and a lot of them take place outside of Clocktown. But I don't know if there's any characters that specifically show up outside of Clocktown that get added to your notebook as well. But anyway, we're exploring the fields of Strawberry, and ooh, Milk Road. Think it's called Milk Road is kind of a weird name, but I guess I just realized it's because they got a ranch here and they raise cows and they travel milk on the road. They deliver milk. It's like a delivery service. Speaking of delivery services, I must mention there's this one hilarious video on YouTube that I found. I don't know how long ago it was. But it's like this guy who does prank telephone calls, and he has like a computer program where he calls 20 Domino's pizza locations at the same time, and then like all the different like computer operated servers and like the real people who pick up, and they're like, hello, this is Domino's. They all pick up at the same time, and they're all confused. It's a funny video. And this bird is annoying, and he just stole my sword. And he takes it back to Clocktown. And I think, like, if you want to go find your sword again, well, it'll reset if you play the Song of Time. But you have to go to, like, the Curiosity Shop, and I just find it hilarious, like, imagining this bird selling a sword to whoever the owner of the Curiosity Shop is. Anyway, I feel like this commentary is not interesting to anybody who's, like, watched this game before, or has played this game before several times, and, like, already understands the inner workings of it. I don't know. I wonder, is the game more or less interesting to watch, like, if you already understand all the inner workings of it? I find sometimes I'm most interested in watching an LP when, like, it's a game that I've never heard of before, and it's just kind of a bizarre game that I have no idea how it works. I don't know, like Plock or something. Like watching an LP of Plock, if you've never played that game before. Or like Space Station Silicon Valley. I've played Space Station Space Station Silicon Valley before a few times, like at least twice. So I already know how it works. But it's just fun to, like, it's especially for the first time, like a game that's that bizarre of a concept. It's fun to watch for the first time. So we got a giant boulder that's right here that's kind of just blocking our path. It's kind of unfortunate. So for right now, all we can do is just wait for time to pass. Just wait for the days to go by, and pretty soon we'll be driving a car. Except I'm probably not going to be driving a car. Yeah, I live in a very urban area, and there's not a lot of people around here who drive cars. So that's one of the aspects of my life that's a little bit unpredictable at this point, is what age will I finally get a car? What age will I finally need a car? Like, it's not like I'm gonna be going around outside of the city a ton on my own yet. I don't know, maybe when I'm 24. See, I like picking arbitrary numbers like 24. Ooh, 24 sounds like a good mature old age. And when I get to 24, I'm gonna be like, man, I was such a baby when I was 19. Ooh, I gotta plug in my computer sometime. This is not interesting commentary. Oh my gosh. Imagine just being Link right now, just floating through the seas of time, like repeatedly. Like time is no longer a real concept to him. Like I felt like he has several times where time is no longer a real concept, because there's sometimes when life just like moves way too fast, and you have like a ton of responsibilities all at the same time, and then you have a ton of homework and whatever, and you have a ton of like, you know, and then a holiday comes by and the time just moves like molasses. Or like you have a school schedule like I did where you have like one class a day and not much homework, so time just kind of moves super slowly if you don't know what you're doing with yourself. Oh, something important is happening. Isn't that your horse? Oh wow, it's my horse. I thought you got stolen. Hello, Epona. I believe your horse is still named Epona in this game. It's kind of cool that they left that in as a continuity from Ocarina of Time. You know, several years ago when I wasn't even an LPer yet, but I was dreaming of being an LPer in the future, I was like, man, why do people... I was like, man, I gotta LP Ocarina of Time first, and then Majora's Mask. Because just to have the continuity, man. And because, like, I played Ocarina of Time first, too, you know, man. So it's like, I don't know, man, I just wanted the continuity, man. I don't know why I'm saying man all the time, but you know, man, that's how it is, man. So, somehow I ended up doing this game first. Anyway, here's Grog. Oh well. My only regret is that I won't get to see these guys in their prime as roosters. I feel you, man. He looks kind of like Gollum with a mohawk. I don't know. Maybe that's not fair to his family. So, here's one of the more fun... Well, it's kind of fun. It's cute, is what it is. This is a fun little side quest where you get to wear the circus mask that looks like an eagle. Go America. Murica, as it were. What was I saying? And you just kind of get to walk around the farm as a cataclysmic event is about to happen and destroy the world, and march around and have a bunch of little chickies follow you. Now this is super obscure. But like, you would only probably figure out this side quest if you were paying super close attention to the text from Guru Guru. And I'm not a guru of this game, but I used to watch Nitrome Guru. So I used to play Nitrome. That was a cool website for games and stuff. He said something about the animals in his troop matured super quickly. Like one day they would be children, and the next day they would be adults, which is, I guess, kind of like what life on the road does to you. You know, imagine being a traveling musician like the Beatles or something. Just that kind of life, that kind of, I don't know, matures you real quickly. I wonder if that's happened to me. I don't really get it, but seeing these guys with the crest and all, I don't have regrets about anything anymore. I'm perfectly satisfied. I can never be satisfied. That wasn't even a song. I just feel like that should be a song. So we're gonna say goodbye to him. And epic transition back to Clocktown. We're putting the bunny hood to use. And yeah. Finally we have the bunny hood. The bunny hood is so fun. Bunny hood is a super useful mask because you just put that thing on, you can run like a maniac. You can run like a maniac. Maniac McGee. Speaking of people who can run like maniacs, my dad is a big Cincinnati Reds fan, and yes, I know they're a team with terrible luck, and they haven't done super well recently, but they've won like 4 games in a row, 5 games, something like that recently. And anyway, my dad is always showing me videos. Even though I'm not a big sports person, I enjoy watching Cincinnati Reds videos with my dad. Anyway, there's a guy on that team named Billy Hamilton who can run like crazy, and he's always stealing bases. So that's kind of cool. I'm having way too much fun with like the little feature on my video editing program where you can speed things up. So I used to be kind of mad at it because it would speed up. It would like speed up the video, and then the music would change pitch. Like the music would be an octave higher or whatever. But I don't know, I kind of like it by now. It sounds funny. So now we're back talking to Merlin. Yeah. Which, by the way, Merlin is still a good show. Everybody should go watch Merlin on Netflix. So, yeah, just kind of looking through our telescope and ignoring the skull kid on top of the clock tower, because that's no longer interesting and or relevant to us. But you know how the feeling like disaster is just always impending. It's kind of must be how it feels to live in Clocktown and kind of just see the beginning and the end of this 3-day cycle over and over. So where were we? Oh yes. So this guy is doing something. I don't know. Looks suspicious. Looks suspicious. A lot of things look suspicious. Not really. Well, yes. I don't know if I mentioned this. It's whatever. But like, I had to do a research paper on for my liberal arts class. I had to talk about the internet and does it promote a culture of sadism. So I don't know why that made me think of being suspicious. Oh well, cause it led me down like a little rabbit hole where I was looking at like how people access the dark web and the deep web and what's on it. Which the dark web and the deep web are not necessarily the same thing. Like the deep web is just like the majority of the internet. Ooh, this music sounds funny. It's just like the majority of the internet that you won't find in like a standard search engine. So like your Facebook feed can be like that because like you can only find that Facebook feed if you log in and well, whatever, it's guarded by a password and everything. But I guess all of YouTube would be like the surface web, stuff like that. And then dark web is like where things get like a little scarier. Cause yeah, like the deep web is just like it's like normal like transactions, like websites that use your credit card. But it's just like ooh, I don't know. And then the dark web is where things get kind of like creepy, like black market sites, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, whatever. I don't think I actually ended up talking about like sex trafficking on the internet. I guess that does have to do with the internet and sadism. Is the internet is kind of just creating a culture where we can do whatever and use people as a means to an ends for money. And speaking of money and business, this guy wants to do some shady business with us. Just to pay me hush money, which is not a thing in current politics. Not at all. No. So, it's not that I don't believe you. So, yeah. Hasta la vista, buddy. So this guy is packing up his wares, and, I don't know what happens to him. He just kinda disappears off the grid. So, tune in next time on Majora's Mask, where we'll be making more progress.